Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
For a long time, a lot of people have said that me and Reiss are very opposite. I've heard things like, how are you two friends? You know, you're so different, blah, blah,
He's
blah.
white, you're black.
He's straight, you're gay.
Yeah.
But who are they saying that to? Haha.
Oh, that's a tough one. Oh.
I think it's really tough actually with my manly voice.
The manly voice, not the singing page, / cooking page, all the rest of them. Yeah, defo. I'm not saying singing's gay, I just mean, you know.
Oh wow, you heard it here first, people.
Well, Louis gave up on singing to pursue a passion for cooking.
I thought you were just sucking dick then.
Well, and that. And personally, ladies and gents, he uploaded more singing videos than he did cooking. He takes nice pictures of his food. He doesn't show us how he makes it or anything anymore. I think he's given up personally.
It's not that I've given up. It's a long process. Putting a recipe on. I might do it again soon. When I'm in the flat, I'll do it again.
Okay.
I've got a recipe book that I can go from. But anyway, the point I was trying to make was, I thought it would be really interesting to see, like, just how opposite we both are.
Yes.
So me and Reiss are going to do the Myers-Briggs test. And it's like the personality test. And basically, we're going to find out what our personalities are and whether we are direct opposites or kind of how different we are in certain ways.
Exactly the same.
I do not think we're going to be exactly the same.
Potentially.
I highly, highly doubt that
Well,
we're going to
we
be
shall
that
see.
same.
But I reckon put a guess in the comments of
Yeah.
What there's those different letters, so basically I don't know what they are.
Different things. So there's introverted or extroverted, sensing or intuitive, thinking or feeling, and perceiving or judging. So essentially what we're going to do is a test to see which of those
on the scale
where we are on the scale of all of those things. So give us a few minutes. As Reiss said, put it in the comments what you think both of us are going to do.
You have to be a minimum of 4, so that could be it's between obviously introverted, extroverted, etc., etc. So have a guess in the comments, and we will be back with you in a jiffy.
Okay, so we are back. We've just both done the tests, and it's quite interesting. So my personality type, the kind of Myers-Briggs type, is ENTP. So according to this website that I found, people with this personality type are they're often described as innovative, clever, and expressive. They're also known for being kind of idea-oriented, which is why the personality type has been described as the innovator, the visionary, and the debater. ENTPs are less interested in the here and now, than they are in generating ideas and theories. So because of this, they sometimes tend to come up with one idea after another without actually going forward with plans and actions to bring their creative notions into fruition, which, it kind of works. I do, especially with the podcast, I have a lot of ideas, one after another, but whether I actually go through those ideas is a very different story.
Of course.
Some characteristics. So ENTPs enjoy interacting with a wide variety of people. They're great They are great conversationalists and love to engage other people in debates. They're more focused on the future rather than on immediate details. They might start with projects and never finish them because they're so focused on the bigger picture rather than the present needs.
Okay, that's
quite interesting actually.
True, to be fair.
And obviously, you can find something in everything, can't you? You can
always
be like, oh, I relate to that, but I genuinely do think that those two characteristics and the personality type does fit me a lot. And I think my friends who listen to this, again, let me know if you think it's true or not, but I think it fits me quite well. What was yours?
Mine was the INTJ, which is also known as the mastermind. What I was saying. Basically, for INTJ, they are analytical problem solvers, eager to improve systems and processes with their innovative ideas. They have a talent for seeing possibilities for improvement, wherever at home, at work, or in themselves, which is very intriguing, which would, stem from me being an OCD freak. Often intellectual, INTJs enjoy logical reasoning and complex problem solving. They approach life by analysing the theory behind what they see.
Okay.
And they are typically focused inward on their own thoughtful study of the world around them. They are often drawn to logical systems. See, everything has to be systematic. What a fucking robot. They're much less comfortable with unpredictable nature of other people and their emotions.
Okay.
Which would explain why I'm really on edge when people are being emotional.
Yeah.
They are typically independent and selective with their relationships and preferring to associate with people who they find intellectually stimulating. Which is fucking near enough banger. How others see me, apparently. So this is how you're supposed to see me. Right. So you let me know, after I read this, if this is how you perceive me.
Oh, God.
INTJs are typically reserved and serious and spend a lot of time thinking. They are curious about the world around them and often want to know the principle behind what they see. They thoroughly examine the information they receive and if asked a question, they typically consider it at length before presenting a careful, complex answer. They think critically and clearly and often have an idea about how to do something more efficiently. They can be blunt in their presentation but often communicate in terms of a larger strategy, leaving out details.
Okay.
Although they aren't usually warm at first, or particularly, what does that word say?
Gregarious.
What the fuck that means?
That's a fun word.
They tend to have a self-assured manner with people based on their own security and their intelligence. They can relate their ideas with confidence, and once they have arrived at a conclusion, they fully expect others to see the wisdom in their perceptions.
Oh my God.
They are typically perfectionists and appreciate the environment of an intellectual challenge. They enjoy discussing ideas and may get themselves into trouble because of they take no prisoners attitude. If someone's beliefs don't make logical sense, the mastermind typically has no qualms at pointing that out.
Wow.
Isn't it?
A lot of those do relate to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you a very long time, and there are some, sometimes, and this isn't a bad thing, but sometimes I might talk to you and you can seem quite cold or quite blunt in the way that you say things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely agree that, like, I think, we both have kind of traits of being extroverted. I mean, if we look at the kind of split between, the actual scale. So on my scale, so obviously mine is the ENTP personality type. So it says here that I'm 29% introverted, but 71% extroverted. It says that I am 45% sensing and 55% intuitive. I'm 62% thinking, so I think a lot more, but 38% feeling. So I feel a bit, but not too much.
Yes.
And then it says here that I'm 58% perceiving and 42% judging. So I perceive a lot rather than kind of judging the situation.
Yes.
If that makes any kind of sense.
And they're very well listening. That's why he's ENTP.
Yeah.
Because obviously extroverted more than introverted, etc.
Yeah.
And for me, I am 55% introverted, 45% extroverted. Mm-hmm. I'm 39% sensing and 61% intuitive. I'm 73% thinking, 27% feeling, and I'm 40% perceiving and 60% judging.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm a judgy, thinking bastard. But as you can see there, though, me and Louis are the same when it comes to being intuitive and thinking, because we think more and we're more intuitive than sensing, but we're different when it comes to
introverted, extroverted, and perceiving and judging and stuff. So I think a lot of people are right in saying that Reiss and I are opposite. There are a lot of qualities that we have that are opposite to each other, but we're not polar opposites. I think a lot of people look at us and know us and think that one of us is on one end of the spectrum, the other one is on the other end of the spectrum, and we are polar opposites.
But you know what that is when you think about it? So you've got the introvert and extrovert. Mm-hmm. That's on the surface, polar opposites, and then perceiving and judging. That's also in real life, because I'm way more judging. You'll be, if I don't like someone, that's it. Whereas you can pretend. But you can be more extroverted and try and make conversation. If I have no interest, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So on face value, so if people don't know us, like how we know each other, they'll be like, of course not. He's extroverted, he's introverted, and he's judgy, he perceives. But then when you look at the more internal ones,
yeah, definitely. The middle ones are kind of like, okay, we have similarities. Obviously, they're not the same, but there are similarities. And, as I say, we know that we're not polar opposites, the end of the spectrum. But as you rightfully say, those different personality types are opposite to each other.
Yeah, so when you think about the thinking and feeling and the sense and intuitiveness, unless you got to know us how we think ourselves, you're gonna think we're completely opposite. So it really makes sense what people think we are. Because like the exterior ones,
and that's the thing. Like we had this all through school and even like after school and stuff. Like people genuinely say, "I just don't understand how you two are friends." Because on paper, we shouldn't be friends. On paper, we are very opposite, very different. Both have very different hobbies and likes and dislikes and that kind of stuff. So I do understand, and it is interesting that we've done this test to truly find out kind of exactly how different we are. I think it's really interesting to look at as a whole.
It's quite crazy how just on the surface we're obviously totally different. When you look at between us, so I'm the intellectual and you are the debater in theory. So I'm trying to see.
But also that doesn't mean that anyone who is ENTP isn't intellectual and anyone who isn't INTJ isn't, it doesn't mean that you're not the other. It's just more of kind of Reiss's brain and personality looks at the intellectual side of life. More of my personality is more, I debate things, I kind of ask more questions and I look at things differently in terms of, well, why is that like that, blah, blah, blah. So it's not that you're completely far away from it's not that people are stupid.
So in our in the textbook, for example, our friendship of an ENTP and an INTJ, it would basically say, go on, Lewis.
So this is a good one here. We found an article online, and it says here, as an ENTP with an INTJ best friend, which is exactly what this is, I can tell you that we are an anomaly. To outsiders, we look like a couple of unfiltered narcissists who believe they are God's gift to the world.
Which we are.
We both have the tendency to be blunt and straight to the point. Many personalities get frustrated or hurt when talked to like this, but the ENTP and INTJ types prefer the bluntness to beating around the bush, which I agree with.
Yes.
Our communication style is also quite abstract, as we both ponder grand ideas and daydream of the future and what could be. We won't be discussing the big game or the latest fashion styles, but more likely we're pondering about how to change the orbit of Mars or the recent developments of personality theory.
Which is kind of true. We're always thinking of the next big thing. Yeah.
And then there's this bit here that says, the two types will not likely seek each other out, but come together when they are the most competent people in their setting, work or club, as both of them do not have patience for people who cannot intellectually keep up. The ENTP will feel understood and the INTJ will be relieved that they don't need a social filter and can talk about complicated subjects.
Which is pretty fucking spot
I agree with that. Because obviously we've known each other from school, but if we've always had these personality types, then we've always felt comfortable enough to just be blunt and to the point and stuff.
Which is probably why you get on with the people you get along with don't get along with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm so to the point, and then
and a lot of them probably are a bit like, oh, that's really harsh. You shouldn't say things like that or whatever. But actually, for me, I can just kind of look past a lot of the things that you say, the way you say it.
Because it's not me being malicious. It's just how I see.
You're just a blunt person.
Yeah.
And probably the same with me. Probably some of the people that you know may not like me that much because of the way that I approach situations or say things or whatever. And you're kind of just like, oh, it's just Lewis, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's very interesting. So if you want to do it, we'll link the website to take personality test so that you can also see what personality type you are. And at the end, it does tell you the split, as I said, of kind of...
I would also suggest doing it with your best friend or a friend just to see how similar and how different you are, because it is quite intriguing and it's quite accurate.
Yeah, it is quite accurate. Like there is a lot of questions on there, to be fair. There's like 7 pages of different questions, and just try and be as accurate as possible. But I do think it's really interesting to see just how different or similar people are. So yeah, I would definitely say do it with either a family member, a friend, something like that, just so you can kind of have a look for yourself. But yeah, I just thought it would be cool for us to do that and document it.
It's quite an interesting thing. I would love to know how it works it out though,
Yeah.
The percentage was. Yeah. Maybe you answer one question differently and suddenly it's...
That's the thing, you never know with these kind of things. If I put... Because I think the scale goes from like strongly disagree to strongly agree, things like that. I wonder if I'd clicked strongly agree instead of just agree,
the percentage difference.
Yeah, how different things would have been or things like that. So it is very interesting. So, I would definitely recommend doing it if you can.
I do think it's a fairly accurate test because it does fit our personality types. So I would, I enjoyed that.
So did I. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that closes off this episode. Nice short and sweet one. But we just wanted to see exactly how different we are or how similar we are. And we've now found out the result.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. As I say, I'll link everything down below. And as I said on Instagram the other day, if you have got any stories that you want to send to us, they can be any kind of stories at all. We'll keep everything anonymous. You just send it through to our Gmail account, which is timetotalkthepodcast@gmail.com.
Please like, subscribe, and share the video.
Yes. And we will see you next time.
Bye.